Okay, now let's see. We've done the colors and how it should be applied to your designs, how balance is achieved between design elements, how contrast and hierarchy works, and last time we've covered Gestalt theories, which were about how humans perceive and understand what they see. Today we will be looking at these three all together because of the spring break on Tuesday next week. Anyways, as I said, the first lesson of UI principles, these are all connected to each other, which means all the principles and methods can be used in a single design all together. Keep that in mind. Okay, let's get into it. Alignment first. You know them well, actually. You see them and do them all the time without really thinking about it. Well, at least on Microsoft Office programs when you were writing your essays. Alignment is all about order. Do you remember visual hierarchy lesson with the saccade eye movement? Eye movement following F pattern and Z patterns? Alignment is the culprit for that. With alignment, you can decide in which order the users would see your design elements. Alignment guides the viewer's eye around the design by allowing them to subconsciously follow lines, like the invisible F and Z lines. Okay, let's see. You understand it from these lines I drew. Left aligned, center aligned, right aligned, left justified, center justified, right justified, fully justified. These alignments are usually used in texts and paragraphs, as you might have guessed. For more bigger and complex design elements like the group of images or box of contents with both images and texts all together. For that case, here these vertical and horizontal, top and bottom alignment and centered alignment, or the optical alignment. Okay, for this, the final one, it's more interesting, optical alignment. When you align your elements with alignment tools on a certain programs, or like any programs, any design programs, Photoshop, Illustrator, or even just these Microsoft Office programs, sometimes it won't look aligned properly, meaning sometimes because of its shape and color, it might not look like the way it's supposed to be. We'll see the examples later. Hey, and these orange lines are invisible. As I said before, alignment is all about invisible lines. Oh, and I've missed some on this slide when I was making it. So if you look at this screenshot in this Microsoft PowerPoint, you can see also a line to the middle and a line to the bottom, etc. You should try them out on your own later. See what they do. Okay, let's see. For example, in this first poster, all the design elements were aligned to the center. The image, logo, title, texts, and paragraphs, all of them are aligned to the middle, aligned to the center. In the next poster, the background image is aligned to the center, and all the other important texts and titles are aligned to the left. A simple website. Upper menu buttons are all aligned to the middle, including the Dota 2 logo inside the black section. Black section itself is stuck to the top. And for this background image, it is centered. Also for this graph image, and these buttons are, okay, image is centered, and these graphs and these buttons with text contents are aligned to the center inside the section. The text inside these buttons are aligned to the middle and centered at the same time. As for the bigger sections, they are aligned to the left. You might be thinking, it's obvious, Bakshai, don't be a Captain Obvious. But hey, you need to know the terms because you will need them when you style your HTMLs with CSS. Okay. Now, I missed that one. Okay. Sorry for the self-advertisement. Same with this Instagram page. The upper menu icons are, including the Instagram logo, they are all aligned to the middle. Also archived stories here, each uploaded and for the each uploaded contents. For the profile, they are all aligned to the left. Okay, how about some apps? Pokemon Go, I reached level 22 until I broke my phone. It was fun. Anyways, they are all aligned to the left. Contents are centered. All the others are also aligned to the middle. If you look carefully, you will see the invisible lines will actually, you will start see the patterns. Okay, like this. You get it? Okay, let's go to the next page. Okay, as for the optical alignment, even the elements are properly aligned according to the precise measurements. It looks not aligned. So, where is it? Oh, okay, anyways. It looks not aligned, so we have to move the element until everything looks aligned, like optically. Okay, can you see the difference? Regular and optically aligned. If you align like the circle and this speech bubble, it is actually aligned to the middle and aligned to the center with like alignment function in the program. But it looks not aligned. It kind of looks stick to the top. So you align it visually. Same with these two because of its shape. Okay, let's well, if you take a deep look at alignments, you will eventually get to see the term grid system. A grid supports your layout process. You can use it to arrange and position your images, texts, and graphics, well, much easier and faster way. A grid system is also a structure of invisible lines, just like the alignment lines. For web or app screen user interface designing, the most common grid system is the 12-column grid, because you can evenly divide it into separated group of columns, like 2 with 6 columns, 3 with 4 columns, 4 with 3 columns, and 6 with 2 columns. Now you can imagine a website on the grid, right? Well, like these maybe? Okay. For the terminologies, those columns are called columns, of course. And the space between the columns are called gutter, and spacing between the first and the last column to the edge of the visible field on the device screen is called margin. Okay. Oh, and you put your design elements on the group of columns or one column, or it doesn't matter, it's your choice, and that is called field element. Okay. Sorry for the low resolution. Like this in here, the elements were laid out on those 12 columns, if you say carefully. Of course, you can draw your grid with more creatively and more freely, like these in here. Even they are not 12 columns. Okay, even like this abstract grid. So it doesn't necessarily have to be 12 columns. A 12 column system is more commonly used in websites with responsive CSS coding and stuff. For the grid in general, it can be different depending on the contents you are putting on. Also, it depends whether it's a print design or digital design. It can depend on the size of the output of your design, of your final design. Shall we take a look at some cool websites built on a grid? Okay, where is it? These two sites. They were built in grid, and also I wanted to show you that these illustrations used those figure ground, the negative space principles from the Gestalt theories. Also for these. Okay, like that. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, another commonly used grid would be the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is a simple technique where designers divide their designs up to three rows and 3 columns, and the points where the vertical and horizontal lines meet is where your focal points should be. You might where is the mouse? You might notice that the lines would intersect over the focal points of the image, like these 2 people. Oh, where is the grid? Okay, these are the rule of thirds. 3 columns, 3 rows. The intersections are the focal points. So you put your important elements on these intersections, like these 2 people and the big title and these big vector logo on the real image. Okay, so this rule of third not only applies to a website, it applies to any design, digital design or hand drawings, print design like posters, or photography. Meaning, if you keep this rule of third in your mind when taking a picture of your friend or any object, the results will be surprisingly good. Try it out. There are many types of grids and other methods when designing a layout. You can always research more on the internet. Okay, the final one is typography. I tried to include all the basic terminology, typography terminologies here on this page. Let's see. There are 3 types of fonts in general: serif, sans serif, and decorative. Serif, sans serif, decorative. Serif, meaning it. If you look at this T letter of typography, T is written with a serif font. A serif font have finishing extra strokes, a tail, like these I circled. These tails. Okay, for the sans serif fonts, like the Y and P letter, there is no serif. Sans means no, so no serif, no tail. Dota 2 player, no, sans serif. Okay, the final one is decorative or handwriting type letters, like this A here. Okay, all the letters sit on a baseline. Baseline here. They all sit on a baseline, and some letters have long legs, like the P and Y, so the legs reach to the descender line. For the tall ones, their head reach to the ascender line, like the H letter here. As for the capital letters, originally big bully guys, like the T, G, and this 101 here on this down here, their height reaches to the cap height. Cap height here. Okay, now the small letters sit between the X height. Their heads reaching the median line. Okay, for the spacing between the letters in one word is called kerning, sometimes tracking. Kernings are all different and adjusted because every letter has a different shape. And for the optical alignment's sake, you adjust the spacing. Optical alignment, remember, right? Just a few slides ago. Kerning and tracking has a difference, actually, these terms. And that is your homework to find out. Not official homework though. Just be curious about it for your own sake. Okay, and if you are writing a paragraph, the spacing between the lines, between the baselines, are called leading here. And the most commonly used font styles would be regular, bold, and italic. In the CSS code, you can adjust the font weight with 100 to 900, and you can adjust the size of the text with EM and the pixels. Okay, in your coding. Okay, these are very simple HTMLs. You can try out. These B tag makes the text bold, makes it strong, italic, emphasized. It makes it small tag. You can mark it. You can delete. I mean cross the line, and it's underlined, subscripted or superscripted. You can try it out. As for the CSS, you can choose to have a font family of Verdana. A font family is a set of fonts that have a common design. You are importing, for this example, you are importing Verdana font family with the bold, italic, regular, brothers and sisters. And font sizes are 300% big, and you can align the texts, as we know, to the center. And for this text decoration, you can line through or text transform properties. Okay, you can capitalize all the letters inside the P tag, and you can indent. You can have the indent space text here. You have it 50 pixels. Okay, same here. You're importing New Times Roman and Serif family. You're importing the whole family. You can have a letter spacing. Letter spacing mean in one word you have a apple, and you can have a space between the letters, and that is 3 pixels. You can have a text shadow. The shadow is red shadow. And you can have a word spacing. You have 3 words. Apple is delicious, and you have the spacing apple, and between is, you can adjust it to minus. You can have a minus pixels, which means you make your words closer to each other. And you can have a font style that is italic, and you can adjust the height weight with 1.8 bigger times bigger, and you can have a font size of 30 pixels. Okay, also this EM thing, you should try it out. Just kind of complex, but worth trying it out if you're coding with a CSS hardly. And for the font weight, you can also always choose bold, others, and direction, of course. I think it's okay. You tried it out. You can have a font variant, and that you can have the small caps. Okay, that is for this. That is for today, and it is the end of the UI principles. Cool. Have a good day.